We want to begin with breaking news. This is in SoHo. Two people are now fighting for their lives after a chunk of a fire escape ladder fell 7 stories near Howard and Broadway.
We got Eyewitness News reporter Rob Nelson live at the scene with the very latest. Rob, what's the update there?
Well, Dave, this really was a frightening and bizarre accident that happened here this afternoon behind me in SoHo. We're at the corner of Broadway and Howard Street. Let me step out of the way, give you another live picture of the scene here where this incident happened just a few hours ago. Police, other personnel still on the scene as the investigation gets underway, and still so many questions in this to be answered. Now, here's some video from earlier. This is what we know still at this hour. 2 people in serious condition right now with life-threatening injuries after a single metal step, part of what they're calling a tread, from a fire escape suddenly came loose and fell, striking 2 pedestrians below and struck them in the head. Fire officials held a press conference about an hour ago and said a building inspector, a privately hired one, was on that fire escape examining the facade of the building as part of just routine mandatory inspections when that single step, that metal piece, became loose and then fell 7 stories to the ground below, striking those 2 people. We understand that the private inspector herself partially fell through that fire escape as well during this incident, but was able to pull herself up. However, the people below, they were not nearly as lucky. They were both struck again in the head, taken to Bellevue Hospital. They are in serious condition with life-threatening injuries. That female, just 25 years old, one of the victims. The age of the male victim, though, is unknown. It's also unclear at this hour if the 2 were together. Now, earlier today, we did talk to a passerby who described the frantic scene right here on this sidewalk.
Can you just imagine seeing 2 people on the ground falling from, I don't know from how high? It was just horrible. The head was just smashed to the floor. It was horrible.
And we're back here now live, another look at the scene. You can see a worker here on this contraption here is kind of scaling that building as this inspection continues into that fire escape, into the safety of the facade of this building. We understand there have been no major safety concerns with this building in recent years. That certainly is a good thing, but keep in mind that metal piece that fell did come down 7 stories of this 9-story building. That's quite a distance to travel. You can imagine the force when it struck those 2 unsuspecting pedestrians right there on the sidewalk. At this hour, again, they are fighting for their life, and again, sadly, we can tell you this was such a serious accident, just judging from the amount of blood that was still on the sidewalk when we got here just earlier this afternoon. We'll keep you posted, of course, on air and online at ABC7NY.